In a small village in the heart of Igboland, there lived a girl named Kioma, whose beauty was like the morning sunrise. Her skin glowed like polished bronze, her eyes sparkled like stars, and her smile could melt the hardest of hearts. But beauty, as our elders say, can be both a blessing and a curse. After her mother died, Kioma went to live with her father's sister, Aunty Nkiru. And that was when her troubles began. Aunty Nkiru had 3 daughters of her own, Adaku, Obioma, and Neka. They were not ugly, no, but they were not beautiful either. They were ordinary, like clay pots among bronze sculptures. Every market day, young men would stop and stare at Kioma. They would ask, "Who is this flower? Whose daughter is she?" And Aunty Nkiru's teeth would grind with jealousy. "It is not fair," Aunty Nkiru would hiss to herself at night. "My own daughters are older, yet this orphan overshadows them like the sun overshadows the moon." Aunty Nkiru began her wickedness slowly. First, she gave Kioma the hardest chores, while Adaku, Obioma, and Neka slept on soft mats. Kioma slept on the hard floor. While her daughters ate pounded yam with rich egusi soup, Chioma ate dried gari with no soup. But even with torn clothes and rough hands from hard work, Chioma remained beautiful. Her beauty came from within, and no amount of suffering could dim it. This made Aunty Nkiru even more angry. One day, a wealthy trader named Okonkwo came to the village. He was looking for a wife, and his bride price was enough to feed a family for 10 years. The whole village was buzzing with excitement. "My daughters must catch his eye," Aunty Nkiru declared. She bought Adaku, Obioma, and Neka, the finest wrappers, the brightest beads, and rubbed ori butter on their skin until they shone. But on the day of the village gathering, when Okonkwo saw Kioma, even in a tattered wrapper, even with dust on her feet, he could not look away. "That one," he pointed. "Who is she?" Aunty Nkiru's heart turned to stone. That night, while Kioma slept, Aunty Nkiru crept to where she kept her secret things. She brought out a clay pot containing a dark, evil-smelling paste. A dibia from a faraway land had sold it to her, warning her, "This medicine is powerful and wicked. Use it only if you are ready to bear the consequences." Aunty Nkiru did not care about consequences. She only cared about destroying Kioma's beauty. Before dawn, while Kioma still slept, Aunty Nkiru rubbed the black paste all over her face and body. When Kioma woke up and went to the stream to fetch water, the other village girls screamed and ran away. Chioma looked into the water and gasped. Her beautiful face was covered with terrible sores. Her smooth skin was now rough and dark like tree bark. Boils covered her arms and legs. She ran home, crying, "Auntie! Aunty Nkiru! What is happening to me?" Aunty Nkiru pretended to be shocked. "Ah! The gods must be punishing you for pride. You were too proud of your beauty, and now see what has happened." Kioma wept bitterly, but Aunty Nkiru smiled in secret. Days turned to weeks. Kioma's condition grew worse. Children ran from her. Young men who once admired her now turned their faces away. The wealthy trader Okonkwo chose Adaku, Aunty Nkiru's first daughter, instead. Aunty Nkiru was happy at last. She now sent Kioma to the farm alone, to the most distant farm where no one would see her, and remember that this ugly creature was her niece. One day, while walking in the farm, Kioma sat under a tree and wept. "Chiem, my God, what have I done to deserve this? I have lost my mother, lost my beauty, lost everything." As her tears fell to the ground, an old woman appeared. She was so old, her back was bent like a hook, and she walked out with a stick. "My daughter, why do you cry?" the old woman asked. Kioma was surprised. Everyone else ran from her, but this old woman came close without fear. "Mama, look at me. I am cursed. I am ugly. I have nothing." The old woman sat beside her. I am thirsty and hungry. Do you have anything to share with an old woman? Kioma had only a small piece of yam she had roasted for herself and a calabash of water. It was all she had for the whole day. But her mother had taught her, always help those in need. Mama, it is not much, but please, take it all. The old woman ate and drank. When she finished, she looked at Kioma with eyes that suddenly seemed very young and very wise. You have a kind heart, my daughter. Beauty of the face fades, but beauty of the heart lasts forever. Now tell me, did this ugliness come naturally, or did someone do this to you? Kioma hesitated, then told her everything. About Aunty and Kiru's jealousy, about waking up transformed, about all her suffering. The old woman nodded slowly. Evil done in darkness will always come to light. Go to the stream tonight when the moon is full. Bathe in the water 7 times, and with each bath, say, wash away what was put by hate. Restore to me my natural state. Then the old woman vanished, like smoke in the wind. That night, Kioma crept to the stream. The full moon shone bright, like a silver plate in the sky. She entered the water and began to bathe. Wash away what was put by hate. Restore to me my natural state. Once, twice, 3 times. The sores began to fade. 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Her skin began to glow again. 7 times. When she rose from the water the 7th time, Kioma was more beautiful than ever before. But it was a different beauty now. It came not just from her face, but from something deeper. Her eyes held wisdom. Her face held strength. She had suffered, and suffering had refined her like gold in fire. The next morning, Kioma returned to Aunty Nkiru's compound. When Aunty Nkiru saw her, she fainted from shock. How? How is this possible? Aunty Nkiru screamed when she woke. The whole village gathered. News spread quickly in small villages. Then something strange happened. Aunty Nkiru's own face began to change. The same sores that had covered Kioma now appeared on Aunty Nkiru's face. The same boils, the same ugliness. What is happening to me? Aunty Nkiru cried. The old woman appeared again, but now she stood straight and tall, and light shone around her. The villagers fell to their knees. This was no ordinary woman. This was Annie, the earth goddess herself. You have planted evil, Annie spoke to Aunty Nkiru, and now you harvest evil. The medicine you used was meant to destroy innocence and beauty, but every evil returns to its sender 7 times 7. What you did to Kioma will remain on you unless she forgives you. Aunty Nkiru fell at Kioma's feet, weeping. Please, my daughter, forgive me. Forgive this wicked woman. Kioma looked at her auntie, the woman who had made her life miserable, who had destroyed her beauty out of jealousy. Every part of her wanted to turn away. But then she remembered her mother's words. Bitterness is a poison you drink yourself. I forgive you, Aunty Nkiru, she said quietly. Immediately, Aunty Nkiru's face began to heal, but she never regained her full beauty. A mark remained on her forehead, a reminder of her wickedness. Kioma left Aunty Nkiru's house and returned to her father's compound. The wealthy trader Okonkwo heard of her return and came back to the village. He broke off his engagement to Adaku and came back to Kioma. This time, he married her properly with the full bride price. But Kioma had learned something more valuable than any bride price. That true beauty comes from a kind heart. That suffering can make you stronger. And that wickedness, no matter how hidden, will always come to light. And as our elders say, the evil that men do lives after them. But kindness echoes forever. Beauty can be taken, mocked, and even destroyed by cruelty. But what is truly meant for you can never be stolen. Kioma's story teaches that wickedness may seem powerful for a moment, but it always carries consequences. Her auntie's jealousy stripped her of her outward beauty, yet it could not touch her inner strength, humility, and patience. In the end, it was that same goodness that called forth justice, restoration, and even greater glory. This is a reminder that no matter how deeply life wounds you, your value is not defined by what others do to you. And when the time is right, truth, grace, and divine justice will always rise.